Hello again, everybody. I think this is a first for me, 2 videos in one day, and I still have a third one to come. Um, I'm Vicki with Mika's Craftin' Shack, and this one is one that's a little dear to my heart. I am Blackfoot Native American Indian heritage, and I love wolves also, so I combined some of the pictures that I've had of different family members, a book that's called Through Indian Eyes. I've got several of those in here. And then this picture is a watercolor that was done by a gal on Etsy, and I bought one of her digitals to use. And I'll try to get the link and put that down below. I just absolutely love this picture. This is a refurbished book cover. The spine was no good, so I've put my own rounded spine to it and everything. And then I decided that I was going to try some decoupaging on the front to see how I like that on books. The book didn't look in the best of shapes, so I used some poetry, some paper out of some old books. This is one of those pictures, and then I put a Tim Holtz Distress Crackle Paint over the top of that. And here's a little saying from the Pueblo Indians. Then I have the dream catcher up here. I have it tying with a thin piece of leather. It's a real soft leather. It is stretchable. What I did is I wove it through the spine. This way, if you want something different other than this, all you have to do is just pull it out. It's not attached to any place. It just wraps around and ties. The back, I just dry painted on a bunch of the different colors that was used on the front, and then I put crackle paint over the entire back. There is a little bit of script in here, and here's a little more up here, but I covered it more with paint than what I did on the front. This does have 3 signatures. It measures, I didn't measure it first, it's almost 7 by 9.5. It has a 2-inch spine. This leaf, or feather I should say, is just tied on here. I did allow some chains, so if you wanted to hook it up here to the dream catcher or onto the side, you can take it off and do that. Okay, now we'll go inside. I used several different digi-kits, and then I used the papers Through Indian Eyes, and there's 2 or 3 prints that I did from Etsy. Now, this is not the original end papers to this book, but it is the end papers to the book of Through Indian Eyes. So I took those out and cut them down. I wanted to use them in here. This is one of the Etsy's pictures that I downloaded. This is from the Indian book, and there's different dictionary definitions and things throughout the book also. And then there were a lot of Indian excuse me, quotes and things in that book, and I've used those too. I do have a lot of blank pages in here, so you can make it your own, but there's also a lot of different elements put in. This is another saying here by one of the women from the Navajo tribe. This is a digi-kit, and I'll have to look up again who I got this one from. I need to remember to do that before I start the video so I can tell you who the digi-kits are from. Here's another one from the Seneca Indians. This is some coffee dyed and mica powder on the papers. I believe there was another one too. No, not yet. I've got these done in 3 or 4 different colors. I really like that. The green shows up more of a dyeing color, and then the mica just gives a real faint glimmer to the top. This is from the DigiKit also. This was a Pinterest download. This is by the Ajiba tribe. Here's some in the green again. This is from the DigiKit. All the papers have been coffee dyed that are in here. This came from that book again about the Indians. So did this picture. This is one that was in a coloring book someplace, and I don't remember where I got this one either. I did it with colored pencils and graphite pencils. So I put that in here as a tuck spot. More of the DigiKit. Okay, now we're on the second signature. This paper was an end paper also in that book of Indians, or no, Through Indian Eyes. This was in there also. I made that into a belly band. This was from the DigiKit. Here's the definition of ethnic. This is another one of the little Indian girls that I did from a color book. This is an envelope for whoever the new owner is. It says thank you, and there's some little goodies inside there with a wax seal on it. There's some more of the Digi. I believe this was a Pinterest picture. Here's some of the blue coffee dyed with the mica powders in those. This one was from Pinterest. And this one, I think I got it off of Pinterest, but this is a Cherokee proverb that has been handed down for years and years. It says, there is a battle of 2 wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, lies, inferiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. The wolf that wins is the one that you feed. And I've always just loved that. When my boys were growing up, I used to tell them that all the time. It's whichever wolf you feed and give into is the wolf that you will be. Okay, here's a little thing from that Through Indian Eyes about the white man and the red man. This is from the Digi, along with this one. This is from the Digi too. Native Americans was the name of the Digi. I just have to think of whose shop I found that in. This one was found on Pinterest. This is another quote from the book. This is just some paper. And another one from the Digi. This was the other side of the end papers in that Indian book. And then I fussy cut one of the Indians out and put in here also. That's the end of the second signature. The third starts out with a chief and 3 wolves. This one is a Pinterest. And the Indian maid is a Pinterest. This is coffee dyed with a cranberry mica. This is from the book again, and it wraps around the page over to here. This is another Pinterest, Mama and Cubs. Here's another saying from the Cherokee, an Indian drawing. This is from the Digi. This one I believe was a Pinterest. This came out of a children's book. I'm not sure where I got the wolf eyes. I've had this one for a long time and haven't used it until now. This is pictures of the buffalo from the book and another saying from the Dakotas. More of the Digi kit. This is copper and coffee dyeing from the Digi. Same way, that's more of the Digi. So as you can see, there's a lot of place to journal or add your own pictures and things, but I tried to incorporate a lot from that book that was about the Indians also. This is another Pinterest one. Coffee dyed with the cranberry mica. And another Digi. And another Pinterest. And then this is the end sheets again from Through Indian Eyes. So I hope you enjoyed this one. It was quite out of my comfort zone. I had a lot of fun experimenting doing it. So hopefully that all of you will like it also. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.